As promised, I'm back with two more very important questions from the singing lesson. Question 2, with close reference to the singing lesson, critically analyze the letters and the telegram received by Miss Meadows. The answer now. Katherine Mansfield presents a picture of the relationship between Miss Meadows and Basil through the former, that is Miss Meadows, receiving 2 letters and a telegram from the latter, that is Basil. These letters and the telegram are written by Basil to Miss Meadows, and Basil is the fiancé of Miss Meadows. Now, Basil has ended their engagement by leaving a letter informing Miss Meadows that although he loved her as much as it is possible for him to love any woman, the notion of marriage makes him feel disgust. He writes regret over it, revealing the unfeeling nature and carelessness of Basil. I have explained the letter with close reference to the text, and I have also critically commented on the letter, on the attitude of Basil, the unfeeling nature and carelessness of Basil. Whenever you are framing your answers, analyze the question with close reference to the text, adding a critical commentary. Next, the impact now. The letter is important, the critical comment is important, and the impact of this letter in this story is equally important. The impact of this letter is that Miss Meadows is filled with despair, bleeding to death, pierced to the heart with a knife, buried deep in her heart, completely frozen. Observe how I have framed this sentence with the help of quotations taken from the text. I have managed to use small quotations in order to frame this sentence. Do not quote incorrectly, but use quotations if you can to improve, to enhance the quality of your answer. Next, Miss Meadows is finding it hard to deal with her emotions, with people and life in general, and she would have to disappear somewhere to avoid social embarrassment. The impact of this letter, social embarrassment. After all, she is 30 and may not ever find a desirable marriage ever. I have packed in so many details in one paragraph. Ironically, now this is ironical. Ironically, the last letter means the letter before this breakup letter. Ironically, the last letter had been all about a sense of togetherness and love, suggesting a perfect relationship. If you want, you may describe that letter. About the books, our books and the furniture, revealing or highlighting Basil's focus on furniture. Quite frivolous, I must say. And the last letter had been about a sense of togetherness and love. Therefore, Miss Meadows is quite shocked and surprised to get this letter, this breakup letter. I have just mentioned the last letter without going into detail considering the length of the answer. I need to discuss the telegram as well. Now, if you get an analysis of just one letter or just the telegram, adjust accordingly. Then you can write a little more on each letter, and the telegram, depending on the question. Again, she receives a short telegram. Short. You need to mention this. This telegram is short. From Basil, saying she should ignore his earlier letter and says that he must have been mad, crazy, and has bought a hat stand. Again, I have analyzed it with close reference to the text in detail. Next, this letter contains no reference to Miss Meadows. The critical commentary. This letter contains no reference to Miss Meadows at all, only himself, reverses his opinion, never apologizes or acknowledges the distress he has caused. The mention of the hat stand is quite frivolous. Critical commentary on the telegram. Miss Meadows accepts Basil back easily without questioning his intentions. And again you need to mention the impact of this telegram. And the impact of this rather unkind and insulting letter is ecstasy, hope and love. Actually, she would rather be unloved than be humiliated in her community, and we already know how concerned she is about her public image, and she is a self-conscious character. Thus, now this is a conclusion. Thus, these letters and telegram are instrumental in understanding the characters of not only Miss Meadows but also Basil. Indeed, it is a loveless relationship. Well, my dear students, this is my answer. Kindly check the description box for the playlist. We have already discussed the character sketch of Miss Meadows. We have also critically analyzed the two letters and the telegram, and in today's session we are going to critically analyze the two songs. The answer now. In the singing lesson, Katherine explores the interiority of the protagonist, Miss Meadows, capturing a moment in Miss Meadows' life in all its chaotic complexity. By now, you are familiar with these aspects of the story. If you are following me, you are now well prepared. I'm sure about that. Basil has broken off their engagement. Mansfield uses two songs to highlight her emotional turmoil during this personal crisis. The introduction is interesting as well as to the point. The song Miss Meadows chooses after being heartbroken is a lament, which is on page 14, and asks her students to sing it through together without emotion. The description of the song, this is in close reference to the text. The lyrics describe the sadness of the passing of seasons, autumn turning into winter drear as music passes away from the listening ear and the roses of pleasure fast fade away. Even while the girls sing without emotion, Miss Meadows hears every note as a sigh, a sob, a groan, and as she conducts, her rhythm matches her recollection of the words of Basil's breakup letter. The song transmits Miss Meadows' cold despair to the girls, who become too subdued to do anything else. Their gleeful excitement is vanished after singing this song. This is the analysis, this is the description of the song and the critical analysis of the song. The first song, after Miss Meadows receives the first letter, the breakup letter from Basil, her fiancé. Now, after she receives Basil's telegram, she is joyful and assigns a summer song, a transition. She stops the girls from singing, saying they must sound warm, joyful, eager. She sings with them with her voice over all the other voices, full, deep, glowing with expression. Her joy is as extreme as her despair. The autumnal song is perhaps associated with her aging and dwindling prospects in life, whereas the summer song embodies her delusional joy about her engagement and apparently loveless relationship. This is the answer. The songs present a contrast, and throughout the story, the singing lesson, Katherine Mansfield has made use of several contrasts in order to analyze the blurred edges of Miss Meadows' personality, the interiority of Miss Meadows. I am keeping on repeating this because the interior life of Miss Meadows is of utmost significance in this story. If you don't understand this, you will not be able to write anything or understand anything from the singing lesson.